Meta AI is the personal AI to help you with whatever you need. Plus, it meets you where you are. Not only is Meta AI now an app, but it's also on the apps you already know and love: Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger. Plus the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. It's easy to access wherever you are. So whether you're talking or texting, Meta AI is convenient to use throughout your day. Experience our newest AI that's tailored to you by downloading the Meta AI app. Try the Meta AI app today on the Apple App Store and Google Play.
This episode is brought to you by Pluto TV. Summer of cinema is here, and Pluto TV is exploding with thousands of free movies. Feel the explosive action all summer long with movies like Gladiator, Beverly Hills Cop, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Good Burger, Stealth, Four Brothers, and Star Trek. Bring the action with you and stream for free on all your favorite devices. Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never. Stream now at Pluto.tv.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, I will post the clip of what I was going through with the video game Death Stranding. I just don't know when exactly I will do it. Maybe. So probably by the time when this episode comes out, it might already be uploaded. But it's on YouTube, though, I won't. So I guess, if you follow me on TikTok, then you'll see it on there. But if you haven't seen it on my main, because I'm extremely behind on videos right now. So I am trying to push out these voiceover videos that I have. And then, eventually at some point in time, you'll see the video. But if you guys haven't, yes, definitely follow me on TikTok. My main account, it's just TMossBoss. I do have other accounts, but TMossBoss is where I'm mostly active on. But if you can't find the video, but you are curious to know what had happened. So I'm playing the video game Death Stranding because I didn't know that Death Stranding 2 was coming out this past, this maybe 2-3 days ago or something like that. I didn't know it was going to be coming out at this point in time. So I was like, all right, let me just go ahead, re-download the game and try to just get through the story, so I can go and play part 2. So anyways, but the reason why I didn't get a chance to finish this game, because back in 2023, I was playing this game heavily. It was a point in time where I felt like I was playing this game a lot compared to when the game had originally came out. I wasn't really playing it like that. But then at some point in time, I don't know, I can't remember how I got this game. I can't remember if I got it for free or if I had, I don't know why I just exited out of Steam. It's like I'm trying to open it up. I hate it at times, and it's like you be clicking on stuff, and then it just goes, and the mouse, it glitches over a little bit, and then it doesn't click on what I'm trying to click on. So, but, no, hold on for a second. Let me see if I paid any money for this game. Okay, so it said I purchased it on Steam. So I did buy this game. So I bought this game 2022. I think I was I kind of wasn't really playing a whole lot of it. Then 2023, that's when I really started playing a lot of it. So anyways, 2023 happens. Then I come across this, playing the game a lot. I came across this mission where they have me delivering a bomb or a nuke or something like that, So I'm like, all right, cool, no biggie, no problem. Deliver it. That's pretty much what I've been doing in this game in the first place, is doing all these different deliveries. The thing that I didn't know about this bomb that I'm supposed to deliver is that it has a timer on it. So at some point in time, this bomb is gonna blow up. So I didn't know that. I'm playing the mission. I get all the way to the area where I'm supposed to deliver this bomb to. Right when because they have it where you gotta go past this security gate thing, right? Right when you get to the security gate, that's when the bomb breaks up. Or blows up and thing. I don't know why I said break up. But anyways, that's when the bomb blows up. So, mind you, this game, it has a lot of different obstacles. They don't have no Koenigseggs, no Bugattis. They got trucks and, bikes where they go a certain speed. So, and then on top of that, you're having to pay attention to areas that you have to avoid because there's these weird sky ghost things, wherever they want to. It's some form of a creature that will, it'll appear, make the liquid around you black. And overall, there's obstacles in that game. So you're having to go around these obstacles and then do these deliveries. My thing is this. If it was on some stuff where it's okay, just don't damage the bomb, I'm all for that. I could definitely, because that's how I did a lot of the missions. But when you have it where the mission is like, oh, the bomb is timed, so therefore you can't, you gotta overall get there in a certain amount of time, and it's like, how am I supposed to do that with no proper form of transportation? My question is so that's what had happened the first time. So the first time I get all the way to the place, bomb blows up, deleted the game, didn't play this game until right before I started doing this podcast episode, because I just ended my stream a few moments ago. So that's why I'm saying, like, just see the clip for yourself when I do post it, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. I tried this in multiple different ways. It wasn't like it was, because I'm over here thinking, originally I just thought it was a bomb. So I'm like, okay, it's probably just going to be a little minor explosion. If it damages my car, it's cool. I progressed through the game where I had to walk back and forth to places. I'm not against that. I'm all for the walking. I'm like, I have no problems with that whatsoever. But when you have it set up where, okay, I try it in a bunch of different ways at this location, bomb always blows up. So I decide, all right, maybe I could put it in my private locker, and then it's off somewhere, and then I could just go and do this mission, do this deliveries for this other stuff, right? Bomb still blew up, and blew up the whole area. And I'm thinking, and then that's when it was like hitting me that I'm like, this is a nuke. Why am I delivering a nuke? Why is this not being properly delivered? Why is it being trusted to Norman Reedus's character to deliver this nuke? My question is, would you guys, so to ask the developer behind this game, whoever it was that worked on it, let's say you guys, because I think that they are going to turn this into a movie or a TV show at some point in time. Is that going to be a part of the movie, where Norman Reedus's character has to deliver this nuke, but he dies, and then that's just the whole movie? Do you think you'll be able to sell 2.5 hours of a movie where he's just dying in all these different ways of trying to deliver a nuke? And it's rapid. It ain't like it's like a build up to it. It ain't like it's gonna take 30 minutes and then you get to see all these different. No, it's rapid. Like less than a minute. You see the point that I'm trying to make is that nobody, if people are not going to pay money to see it in the theaters, or even if it's on some stuff where it's like a TV series or something, whether it's on Netflix, Peacock, Paramount, AMC, whichever, people are not going to pay money or waste their time to watch a movie like that where it's just going to keep showing the same thing over and over again. Where a person, it's like, I'm trying to see the beginning and the end of this movie or TV show. I'm not trying to see the same part over and over again where he just keeps getting killed by this nuke bomb or whatever. So my question is why would you guys add something like that in the video game? And that's why I'm like, that's what this podcast episode is mainly going to be about, is when developers, they add stuff in the video game that don't even need to be added. You add some obstacle in there where it's like, fam, a person is just trying to play the game and have fun. Now, I don't mind all the other extra stuff that they had going on in the game. I managed to get through that. But to have it where this is the part where I get stuck on, this is the part where I'm having to figure it out in a bunch of different ways, and I'm like, fam, I'm just trying to progress through the game. That's something where it's like, when I'm watching a movie, when I'm watching a TV show, when I'm watching a TikTok, when I'm watching a YouTube video, whatever it is, I'm not trying to have it where every time when I'm going and watching, I gotta do this to watch this video, I gotta do this to watch this TikTok or whatever, Instagram reel, whatever. I'm just trying to watch that video. But imagine if every time when you went to go watch a YouTube video or a movie, you had to solve a Rubik's Cube, or you have to do 15 backflips back to back. Stuff that's like, okay, if there's other things in this world, or you're talking on video games, if there's other video games where you could get from the beginning to the end of that video game, no problem about it.
Another switchback. Wait, this isn't the top? Where's the summit? Why am I doing this?
At REI Co-op, we believe there are places within ourselves
Almost there. You got this.
that we find only outside.
Wow. This is worth it.
We have the gear, inspiration, and advice to help you get there. REI Co-op. Visit rei.com.
Parents of tweens, if you're familiar with far-off drop-offs...
Dad, stop, right here.
Or get DMs about what's for dinner,
You may be experiencing tween milestones. For your son or daughter, these can start at age 9. HPV vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then too.
For most, HPV clears on its own. But for those who don't clear the virus, it can cause certain cancers later in life.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next.
Ask their doctor today about HPV vaccination. Brought to you by Merck.
Why is it all of a sudden with this game, it has to be on some stuff where you're delivering a nuke? And I'm like, fam, why would you put that on him? Why would you have it where it's like this nuke can't be delivered by like plane or a helicopter or something? At least then he could get there faster if this is supposed to be some time thing. But the crazy thing about it though, right, is that so when I was doing the mission, they had it where it's like, so I was like, okay, I'll just try to hurry up and drive in and just deliver it, right? Blows up. So I'm like, okay, let me see if I could just leave it in the truck. So there's a process of where you have to like go and open up the truck's cargo and then put stuff inside the truck, and then you just have whatever you have on you and things. All these seconds had passed by, because before it was taking like 10 seconds for the bomb to blow up. Then when I was doing this cargo stuff, then it was taking like maybe less than like 40 seconds, you know, or a little, maybe a little over 40 seconds, maybe even a minute. But my thing is this though, why is it that it changes every single time? Then when I tried doing it, it's like the game knew that it was like, oh, okay, we know that he's going to try to put it in the private locker, so let's just have it where the whole area blows up. Why would you add something like that? That would be my question to the developer. Who's the lead developer behind this game? Hold on for a second, because I have my own little personal question to him, but I feel like I gotta address him by name. But anyways, director, producer, developer, Kojima Productions. Okay, so it was multiple people that worked on this game. But anyways, Kojima Productions. Would any of you guys deliver a nuke from one area to another area where it's like you can travel by plane, you could travel by helicopter, you could use a cargo plane, you could do all these different ways of delivering it, but no, they want you to do it by truck, and it's and it has a timer on it. Would you do that mission in real life? Because if not, why would you add it in a video game? Or whoever the director or the person that's, because I think the person that's behind the game, designer, Hideo Kojima. Okay, so it's like, yeah, Hideo Kojima. It's like, would that be something that you would do? I would imagine you wrote out the game, you wrote out the missions, you wrote all the different things. Would that be something that you would do? Because if not, why would you add that in the game? So it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not going to ask people or expect people to do something that I wouldn't do. Whether it's a video game or even if it's on some real life stuff, I'm not going to ask somebody, oh, deliver this nuke for me, but it's time. So yeah, if it blows up, it blows up, and you're just going to have to keep figuring it out. My thing is this, if that's the case, then it's like, okay, hey, look, my bad, I accidentally pressed the, I'm just going to keep my hands away from my keyboard because I had pressed the space thing and I accidentally stopped the episode. But what I was saying was that, yeah, I'm like, if I'm this guy that's behind this game, I'm going to tell people, hey, look, there's this mission in the game where it's like, this is how you properly do it. Yes, because I'm like, that was a thing back then where people had like those guidebooks and all that stuff. So if I'm Hideo Kojima, is that his name? Hold on for a second. Let me, because I'm like, I think, yeah, if I'm Hideo Kojima, I definitely would be all like, okay, watch this YouTube tutorial, or read this article, or this is how you do this mission, just so people ain't going to get stuck on this mission, and this is the reason why they stopped playing the game. Because I'm like, how many people got to that point and they just said, you know what, forget it, I'm done. I'm not even going to fool with this mission no more. But and that's the thing, though, where it's like, this ain't the first time where I done played a video game where I done did some stuff like this. And it's like, why do people feel the need to add some stuff in the game that don't even need to be added? Like, my thing is this. You could have asked people before that game came out, would you like to play this mission? I guarantee and I promise you it would either be no, or make it an optional mission, but it ain't like the main part of the game. Or have it where it's like, if I fail the mission, then it's like, okay, I failed the mission, but I get to just start all over doing another mission or something. But I'm not trying to have it where I just get stuck on this particular mission and I'm having to go back 3-4 different saves ago, have it where I probably end up losing all this progression just so I can avoid that mission. But if it's a mission where it's like, it's a mission that you have to complete to progress through the game, why would you have that in the game? What sense does that overall make? So that's why I'm like, man, you know, at times developers, it's like you need to consult with your fan base before you just add missions and levels and stuff in the game that you know that's going to upset a person. because I'm not trying to play no stuff like that. No, after that, no. So after this stream, when I finished it up, I uninstalled the game. And it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, maybe in the future I might reinstall it, and then I'm just gonna have to go back, I guess, further before or whenever I accepted that mission. But I find that extremely stupid to have it where you gotta do this delivery mission for a nuke that has a timer on it, knowing that you wouldn't do that in real life, knowing you wouldn't want to play that in a video game. But for some odd reason, you thought that us, the people that went out and paid money for this game, we would like to do that. Why? I didn't ask for it. I guarantee and I promise you, if you would have asked me, would you like to play this mission? I'm like, okay, does the nuke have to be timed? Why can't the location be like right down the street or something? You know, like, why is this even a thing in the first place? Like, how come I can't get a faster car or a helicopter or a plane? Something that can get me there faster. But it's like you have it on some stuff where it's like you throw these obstacles in front of a person, and I'm supposed to just be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. All these different video games I done played, like there's this one racing game that I just recently beat called JDM, Japanese Drift Master. They have it on some stuff where it's all like, oh, if you don't get your characters gas in time or switch out these tires, you're just gonna have to keep restarting the same mission over and over again. I'm trying to think. Spider-Man, they have it where it's all like, oh, Spider-Man, he needs to get sleep, and if he doesn't get sleep, you're gonna have to keep restarting this mission all over again. What are some other games I done played and beaten stuff? One game I know I'm gonna play in the future, Mario Kart World. Do you think they got any stuff in there where it's like, oh, it's gonna prevent you from progressing through the game? Because if so, I guarantee and I promise you, people are gonna speak. I know I'm gonna speak my mind about it. I'm not gonna hold my tongue and just be all like, oh, well, it's just, you know, it's one of those things where I'm like, I gotta just, you know, put it like, just sweep it underneath the rug. No, I'm gonna talk about that type of stuff. So that's why I'm like, developers, if you are going to add missions into the game, make the missions playable. That's not playable. If I didn't have to do this mission multiple different times, that means that it's not a playable mission. And I'm not trying to hear no stuff like, oh, it's a skill issue. I've never delivered a nuke before. Nobody has ever, military dudes and guys like that, they most likely done delivered hundreds of nukes. But I guarantee and I promise you, there wasn't no obstacles. There wasn't no timers. There wasn't no... So you can't say that, oh, it's a skill issue when I ain't never did no stuff like this before. Because if I did, then I'm like, okay, then I know how to do it. But if this is my first time doing a thing like this ever in my life... Honestly though, like, sit down and think about that. That's why I'm like, to them people that want to jump up and say that, oh, because you're talking about my all-time favorite game, so now I just gotta jump in and say it's a skill. Not even like, and it's not even on those stuff where it's like you're like, because I don't want people doing that, like trying to explain how to beat the level and all that type of stuff. But it's like, people will say things like that because you're talking about their favorite video game. And I'm like, do you think that the developer cares if you're taking the time out of your day to defend me talking bad about Death Stranding or any other video game that I'm bad talk? Do you think the developers, you're going to gain something from them from doing that? No, you're not. So that's why I'm like, anybody out there where if it's like, oh, you're a Death Stranding fan and you feel the need to defend, I'm not hearing no defense for this game whatsoever. I spent money on this game to play it, to play through the story, not get stuck on no missions. My thing is this, that's what a lot of these companies need to start, like Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, Epic Games, stuff like that. They need to have it where there's a thing that'll let you know, like, hey, there are missions that you are going to get stuck on. There's going to be, you know, missions that's, you know, it's been rated as a very frustrated mission. Would you? And then they show you what the mission is, and it's like, okay, I know I can save mine, but see, and that's the thing where it's like, you know that you'll save your money not buying that game, but then it's like, then developers are gonna be all like, oh, well, that's a bad thing. My thing is this, if you feel the need to argue, if you're a developer and you hear an idea like that and you are talking against that idea, then that's just an indication right there. Then it's like, you should not be doing no missions in the game that's going to be frustrating people. It's common sense. Nobody wants to play a game that they're going to get stuck on. So that's why I'm like, man, to the people behind Death Stranding and to any other video game developer out there, do not develop missions that's going to get people stuck or caught up on the game. Because I guarantee and I promise you, people are going to lose interest and they're not going to be playing that game no more. And I feel like that developers will hear this and they're going to be like, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, a guy that's been playing video games for almost 30 years, he don't know what he's talking about. But they're going to hear stuff like this and they're going to be like, oh, you know what? No, I'm going to add this difficult mission in the game. And it's going to be a domino effect of all these different games being called out for doing the same exact thing. And then it's going to be one of those situations where it's like, you're gonna have to be forced to, like, I guess, like, you're gonna be put in a corner and you're gonna have to be forced to answer questions that's gonna make you uncomfortable. And it's like, if you just made a game where you can easily get through it and there ain't no obstacles, there ain't no problems, like, you're just sitting down and enjoying a story. Because if you watch any movie out there, if you watch any TV show out there, if you watch anything out there that has a story, there ain't no obstacle when watching this story. Yeah, they might have it where you gotta wait a little while to see where the story goes afterwards. That's it. That's as far as that goes. But imagine if it's like you're in the movie theaters watching the latest Avengers movie and they're all like, oh, before you get to the next scene, you gotta solve this Rubik's Cube. And you're like, fam, I've been to the movies all my life. I ain't never had to solve no Rubik's Cube to be a part or to watch the next scene of a movie or do something that's impossible to watch the next scene of a movie. Yeah, imagine you up in the theaters watching let's say Death Stranding makes it to the big screens and they're all like, oh, in order to watch this movie, you gotta deliver a nuke from Tacoma to Seattle on foot with no proper transportation whatsoever. You see how stupid that sounds? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, stuff like that don't need to be in the video game. So that's, I'm like, I know it's a little too late to take that out of the game, but it's like, at least have it where it's like, okay, maybe, well, they probably, I don't even know if they can do stuff like that where they can change up the missions. I'm just saying, in the future, don't add no mission like that into the game. Like, if that's in Death Stranding 2, then, yeah, I don't see myself buying or playing Death Stranding 2. That's one of those things where, yeah, I'm stuck with the game, Death Stranding 1 digitally, but I definitely, if I do beat Death Stranding 1 and I'm going out and getting Death Stranding 2, I'm getting that game on a physical copy. So at least then, if it's on some stuff where if I get stuck on a mission because they want to do some old silly stuff, I could just go and take that game up to GameStops. Might not be able to get all my money back, but at least I know I won't be stuck with that game. So anyways, yeah, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.